no, not these guys again. Welcome to the Ancient Rob Show.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to me and him again. Rob, why are you blurred?
Must be Chernobyl. I'm fading away like in Back to the Future in the picture with Marty. You know? Yeah, Marty McFly when he was trying to bang
Marty
his mom
McFly?
in Back to the Future. Or
she was kind of fit though.
But anyway, he started to fade away. Maybe that's what's happening to me. I'm starting to fade away because my future self. No, maybe my future
You're not banging your mum. Is that what you're gonna say?
Is back in the past when I was a little baby, and he's holding hands with you, and they are deciding whether or not to kill me as an infant. Yeah, because when I do come to power,
and that comes quite
England
often,
will be a suburb of France.
No.
Just to annoy you guys.
France?
I think the most annoying thing for the English
we don't like
taken over by France.
No, we don't want foreign muck in our country, mate. You want some onions?
Is it on même chose?
How do you smell today, Bob? Do you smell okay? Yeah.
I smell like that guy that's in that stupid Bigfoot show that you watch. That starts barking up at the trees and like, "Arr!" That's such a stupid show. How can you keep on watching that?
You know, I'm watching at the moment a show called Expedition Bigfoot. And they've been tracking. There was a bloodhound, and he smelled the soil where apparently Bigfoot traveled. And the funny thing is that the bloodhound traveled quite far, and then got to a certain point and went, "No, I'm not going any further." And the owner of the bloodhound said he's never done that. She's never done that before. She's never smelt that and stopped.
You know what?
She always carries on smelling it.
Concerning aspect of this whole conversation is the fact that you can vote.
What's that, mate?
And you watch stuff like that?
You know, the funny thing is...
And you believe it?
Last time, they actually saw some lights in the sky as well. And they say that Bigfoot is associated sometimes with either phasing in and out of dimensions or UFOs have been seen in the areas with Bigfoot has been.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Bigfoot is actually one of the victims from Roswell. Because you're going to have to make up your mind. Were they midgets at Roswell or were they like big fluffy animals?
So, you know, one of the guys that was at Roswell, what was his name? Mac Brazel. Mac Brazel. He was the rancher that found the wreckage at Roswell.
I saw a program about this on TV without even looking for it or whatever. Because you're
how do you find something? Something accidentally
to watch on TV? I hate TV with a passion.
No, but you watched it on purpose, didn't you? It wasn't accidentally. You don't watch something accidentally.
I realized there was this little old lady dressed in purple. That was telling
English.
This guy with a camera crew some kind of bullshit story on how her dad came over home one night and he was pale and whatever, and he said, "Oh, I saw a UFO wreck," and she was.
Of course, he was
like
pale. He's white. White people are pale.
Come on,
have you seen you people during winter time? Is it 1947? That was the start of it. Was it 1947 June where the guy, what's his name, that saw the UFOs over Washington State, saw these flying kind of, weren't discs, but they looked like manta rays, and that was where the coined term came into effect of flying saucers. He said they looked like they was skipping, like a saucer, and he said that's where. Anyway, so 1947, July the 2nd, right? Allegedly, Roswell happened.
Alleged about it. It happened, definitely. Whatever the fuck happened there, we don't know.
No. Well, what they're saying is Jesse Marcel was sent out by Colonel Blanchard,
Lieutenant Colonel,
who was under.
Oh, just Colonel.
No, just Colonel, and he was under a gentleman called Remy General Remy, and it
was
wasn't
gonna say
Martin,
Gaillard,
as
but
your next
okay.
line you're going to put in Remy Martin, and that's what he probably had too much drink. No, so when
Ow.
Major Jesse Marcel went to the crash site, he examined this stuff and he found some metal that you could crumple up in your hand and it would expand back out again into exactly the same shape.
think
Now, what do you think of
that I
that?
would have loved to create something interesting with said material.
But you can't, because when
This
you crunch it, it
memory
just
metal,
expands
just
back
like
to the same
springs
shape again.
are.
Right. Isn't that crazy? 1947, we had nothing like that. And then people, they say, and then the next, what was it? On the 8th of July, the military comes out and says, we found a crashed disc, a crashed UFO, right? On July the 9th, they turn and say it was a weather balloon. Now, the people that were there at Roswell, they turned around and said, Major Jesse
Excuse me,
Marcel
sir.
said, what
It's
I was
Roswell,
presented
not Roswell.
yeah,
It's Wednesday.
in
You
Indian,
find lights.
Roswell, okay? No, what is that? That's neither here nor there. And Indian people don't say plick.
Thing.
We say prick.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, what's that got to do with Roswell, though?
Chinese that had something to do with it.
No. And anyway, let me continue the story. So on July the 9th, the military then retracts the statement at the newspaper saying it was a weather balloon.
Bigfoot,
What are you looking
I
for?
think he was breathing
looking
down
for
my
your virginity
neck.
again, Rob?
Something was.
You got so much hair you couldn't even feel Bigfoot breathing down your neck. Like the rest of us, you need a haircut.
I'm gonna take out a bank loan just to get myself trimmed. Yeah, which is,
Get yourself trimmed. So this is the thing. Why do you always
Roswell
sidetrack?
is
Can you
such
go
a
back to
stupid
Roswell,
topic
please?
to talk about? Because it's not a debate of
It's not.
did it happen or it didn't happen. No, definitely it did happen. Something happened, and some higher being. Yeah, no.
Some higher
like
being.
a lieutenant
What, like God?
colonel or an admiral or whatever. Secret Service kind of bullshit people that don't want the general public to know about it. But definitely something happened out there. The question, the real question is not who saw what and if they're lying or not. The question is, why don't they tell us?
Because the technology back then, they couldn't reproduce. So what they're going to do is quiet everybody down and see in it, like I was listening to Bob Lazar, and he said what they do every 10 years, they bring out that same technology. And what they do after that is see if science is caught up, if they can replicate or they can deconstruct the technology, if they can imitate it, if what they can get out of it. Because science hasn't caught up yet to that technology.
Because if you look, listen, let's imagine for a second that we are in the Mumbambe tribe of Zimbabwe, okay? And all of a sudden, Peter Perfect comes over in his fucking Unimog overland camper vehicle, right? I'm living in a hut and you have a spear, right? And then Peter Perfect comes over with this state-of-the-art thing with a satellite dish on top, air conditioning and whatever, urine recycling plant and whatever, right? What are we gonna do when we find that vehicle? Are we gonna wait until the village shaman can replicate that technology? No.
I get what you're saying, Bob, but that's like Bob Lazar always gives this statement. It's like taking a nuclear reactor and taking it back to the early 1900s. Now, the first they're going to do is turn it on and try and work out how this thing operates. Unfortunately, with the radiation coming out of the nuclear reactor, it'll end up killing everybody, right? So what they don't know at the moment is this technology using gravity waves, allegedly, they don't know how this thing works. So the science hasn't caught up to this alien technology. And here's the thing, the people that were there at Roswell, some of them transported bodies to Wright-Patterson Airfield. What are you going to say about that? Aliens were discovered, and one of them was alive for a while as well when they talked to this alien.
In what language?
Yeah, through telepathy.
Still,
Telepathy,
telepathic
bro.
communication has to happen in a language. Well, yes, of course.
Well, no. I mean, this being that's travelled hundreds or thousands of light years, whatever. You'd think he can't understand your stupid language of human
you
beings.
don't have to travel for
I'm sure they could. They have
a long way.
universe.
You can just look at your dog. Can you talk to him? No. Can he understand you? Kind of.
Yeah, but we're not that advanced, are we?
Genetically,
I mean,
I'm a lot
genetically,
more
are you that
than a
advanced?
dog.
Right, but you're not as advanced to talk to other people
No.
using
But
telepathy, are you?
still, even telepathic communication is going to have to happen in a language.
Have
It's
you
just
ever heard of the universal translator?
Look, you know what the English equivalent is for top secret?
Mummy, please don't say anything. Most secret.
I nearly crapped myself when I heard that. By the way, Stephen Fry said it. He rang me up last night and he asked me, he said, "What are you guys doing?" And I said, like, "Yeah, we're doing a thing about Roswell." And then he said, like, "Yeah, tell him the joke about top secret and most secret."
Yeah, if you were on fire, Stephen Fry wouldn't call you. You know that, right? Here's the thing. When we... Why...
Kind of.
Have I hurt your feelings?
Telling you
I'm sorry,
that if
bro.
you stick your bum up in the air,
I'm sorry.
in the middle of the forest, Bigfoot isn't gonna take
Yeah.
a whiff at it.
Okay.
Exactly. Because Bigfoot is your hero.
What's that got to do
with
with... I don't understand your logic. Bigfoot Superman is my hero, not
Stephen
Bigfoot.
Fry is my Superman. Yeah. The only difference is that he's real.
But he is a...
Well,
he doesn't phone you up, really.
Least, not a fictional character. All right, go on about Roswell. Tell me more lies.
The idealism of super... Why do you sidetrack me? Why do you sidetrack me? So anyway, because of that.
That Pepsi ad with Pinocchio.
No.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to send it to you one day.
Don Smith worked for a guy called Dr. J. Allen Hynek. And Dr. J. Allen Hynek worked with the US government on Project...
Close enough.
Blue Book.
Project Cars is
not even close. Why do you go there?
Very popular car simulator. Very nice.
Very, very, very. Why do you always sound... very nice.
Nothing.
You sound... Why do you do that? Why do you always go racist and Indian?
What's wrong with you?
Can't you focus? Just 5 minutes. Focus. 31 years later, retired Major Jesse Marcel turned around and he says that the material they found at the site was not the same material that they had to present in the press conference.
He's a major.
Because he was. If you get told, this is like early 1947, right? If you get told by your commanding officer, which is your missus, right? No, but some dude is calling me right now.
No, it's like HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and
IRS.
Sounds so fucking pompous. Anyway, go on.
Right. So anyway, why couldn't he say something? Because he was sworn orders to keep his mouth closed.
Okay? Look, if the government is in possession of alien aircrafts, or if the U.S. government is in contact with aliens, or if they are aware, if they've made contact, how come it didn't leak yet?
Well, things have leaked, haven't they? But here's the thing: they are
only weirdos.
This is 1947, right? America's,
including Bob Lazar.
The Trinity program happened in and around Roswell. Agreed? So these are top secret things that when your government said, Bob, keep your mouth closed, would you not keep your mouth closed?
Especially when it's with stuff like that. Bro, the universe has no
That's why you're not part of the program.
Sense to us, and we are so unimportant to the world, and not just our planet. I mean, the whole world. That we shouldn't keep such a thing secret.
Yeah, we should,
Especially
but
if
they do.
Were hostile.
And that's the thing. In 1947, how do you know they're hostile?
At this point,
why would aliens want to be hostile? Well, here's the thing. When you look at Travis Walton, the abduction, they probed that man, right? When you look at really, that's what you're doing. Sticking your finger in your mouth and probe, yeah. Betty and Barney.
Benny Hill. I saw a documentary on Benny Hill's life. Jesus Christ, the poor man.
Betty and Barney Hill were abducted by aliens. They had time missing. Now, they said experiments were done on those people. Now, aliens aren't going to communicate with us in that time because they think we're savages, bro. There are going to be some aliens that want to come down and probe us.
Me, but okay, listen. So does that mean that they're not hostile?
Yeah. Yes. If they wanted to take over the world, you tell them they couldn't. The Tic Tac event, I mean, we're flying around the place because you always disturb my train of thought. You know that. You know, when you have a look at Commander David Fravor, 1994, off the Nimitz, off the coast of Mexico, in a simulation, and he chased a Tic Tac.
Listen, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Right.
Question number A. Could you tell me that if you would contact any general or whatever supreme leader of the army of any country of this world, and they will not deny the fact that they had made contact or they are aware of aliens existing? Really?
Yeah, the Brazilian army did it.
Have made contact or that they are in possession of anything that is not of this world?
Yeah, there was loads of documents. Some of the video wasn't released
publicly.
But
hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking.
Yeah, the Brazilian
we have
army.
a little droid in the back that comes from the Dagobah system and Yoda.
No. Look, the Brazilian army admitted. Even the British government has released lots of files pertaining to UFOs and unidentified flying objects. The French government did it as well.
All right. Okay. Then follow up.
You know,
question
1947.
C. All right.
Go on.
I said I got two questions.
B.
Right? That was question number A, and this is question number C. Right. If they are hostile, why didn't they just let everyone know? Like, look, listen, this thing at Roswell came up. It happened. It is a so-and-so, which we kind of think that it is equipped for battle. So, from tonight, everyone just start developing crap because there could be more of these fuckers coming over.
Well, didn't you remember in the early 90s, was it, where President Ronald Reagan addressed the UN, and he said, it always surprises me that we have these differences, but I think in times if a foreign invasion was to come, how quickly we'd forget all our differences, and that man would come together and unify with each other. Now, did he know something about the impending possible attack that could happen? But aliens don't want to hear. You don't go around in your garden stomping on ants because you go show your hostile actions. You don't need to. Missile silos have been turned off by UFOs hovering over them in America and in Russia. And lighting all the missiles up, and then just before they're supposed to launch, shut everything down again. And they took all the missile silos to bits, all the equipment to see what happened, and they couldn't work out what was wrong with them. Aliens have this technology. As soon as men decided to, look at the atomic bomb and monkeys were released with their spears and the electricity, these aliens are like, hold on, no, we can't let these idiots do this to ourselves.
But then I got a follow-up question. Question 1.
Okay.
How come they
Surprise,
didn't prevent Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which was fucking manslaughter on the highest degree?
Because they didn't. That's when they realised that these idiots are starting to kill each other. That's when the UFO intensity. Some people say that these are our future selves coming back in time.
Really?
Well, some people that's some of the conjecture that people have, that these are ourselves coming back in time to prevent us from doing something stupid
before they go to bed, so they can sleep peacefully. No, if they're gonna visit and make contact, and if they're hostile, we are fucked, because we probably would have been notified back in 1947 when the Roswell incident happened. What if that was a messenger team? What?
No, Bob. It's like Star Trek. You can't interfere. You can't. Yeah, we haven't. We just started going to space. You can't interfere and go back, because you're all to the future of these people. It's conjectural again, obviously, but I think it's
maybe that was
it
a
makes sense,
recon team to see if the planet is survivable for them, and they crashed accidentally because they didn't expect 1G. Maybe they expected half a G.
What they haven't got a backup spaceship? It was struck by lightning and something happened. Something fell on board the spacecraft and it crashed.
No, because light speed travel.
They say
doesn't work like normal people.
It's not light speed travel, is it, bro? They're warping time and space.
The easiest way would be light speed travel. Yeah, you can't
go faster than light at the moment.
But
it's impossible.
It is possible. No, Einstein was
Einstein theorized that you can't beat the speed of light.
Yes, he was an idiot.
Einstein was not an idiot. Some of his stuff is being proven today, and people are going, he was a genius. Just because he married his first cousin, that's irrelevant.
And Tesla believed that it is very, very possible for mankind, and within 100 years, to travel at the speed of light. That's why they kind of whacked him. Tesla was a genius. Tesla was
whacked him, bro. Didn't he fall in love with a pigeon?
That was towards the end of his life. Who knows what they dosed him with?
Right. Well, so he's not that. You love your car. That doesn't make you smart, does it?
I love a BMW. I would have been an idiot if I would have loved a fucking Fiat. I know.
I had a Fiat. How dare you?
Even worse, a fucking Honda.
But yeah, back in 1947, people were respondent to the government. When the government said, "Rob, keep your mouth shut," you kept your mouth shut. Even Major Jesse Marcel, even later on in life, said, "There's some things I cannot discuss because I'm sworn to secrecy."
Okay, listen. Look, this is my conclusion. Something definitely crashed there. If it was man-made,
right,
and they kept it hush-hush, then okay, fair play. If it was a reconnaissance team from a different world, from a different species, we are fucked. Within the next 50 years, they'll make contact again. And if they were hostile, we're fucked.
Well, because consider it's in 1947, more than 50 years have passed, so shouldn't this have happened by now?
Today. Like 100 years in total.
Right, so okay. So what you're saying is in 2047...
the end.
It's the end, basically.
If they were hostile and that was a recon team... How did you know?
But they're not hostile.
Like you were there and you shook hands with them and they probed you.
No! If they were hostile, they would. Why would you attack the ant colony? They don't need to attack us. Well, you slipped and fell, and
No,
now
no.
you're saying, what if you
Look,
attack
come
us?
on.
No, you
Seriously,
slipped.
we're not really
and you
an
fell.
ant colony. We're not the.
We are. In terms of, we're not even tech level 1 yet, in technological terms. We're not in
Really?
the evolution
Of course we are.
1 stage.
Cognitive intelligence. We've got a fucking
How?
space station.
And if you look, all right, the advent of the microchip, where did this come from? It had to have come from alien technology. We were using
It's
transistors, bro.
natural
Remember the big fat TVs? The one you couldn't carry
It is
upstairs?
The natural path of evolution.
Look at mobile phones. Before, in Star Trek, they couldn't even see each other. You know, they were talking, Scotty, beam me up. Now, our technology now is ahead of anything that Star Trek had. This is alien
Where's the
intervention. This is
Chinese?
alien technology.
No, fucking iPhone.
What, Corona? But it's no, iPhone's
No,
American.
They're made in a
Steve Jobs
sweatshop
made
by
iPhone. What are you on
children in
about?
China.
Just just because some of the parts are made
All
there
of it is.
does not mean they're Chinese. If you're born in a stable, does that make you a horse? Hello?
I think it's Bigfoot at the door. I had a knock on the door. I really
Oh, for
had a knock
God's
on
sake,
the door.
Why do you mock?
There's no one that can knock.
Please look up Jeff Moldrum.
Hey Siri,
Okay, look at the evidence he's got for Bigfoot.
remind me tomorrow to tell H that Bigfoot doesn't exist. There we go. All right, so she's on it.
Well, thank you for introducing Siri to our conversation. So, yeah, here's the thing. Aliens crashed at Roswell, the bodies were transported, and everything was hushed up.
Okay.
This is the fact.
But why?
What do you mean,
This is
okay?
my problem. I'm not disputing that nothing happened.
Why?
I'm
Because
just-
the US
I just
government wants that
wonder
technology.
Why?
The US government wants to keep that technology so they can
And you know
develop
what? Let me
develop it
try
for
and flip
weapons.
everything. Really, really quickly, because we gotta end. If this would have happened
No, you got to.
in China, North Korea, Russia. No.
It has.
If this
In Russia?
exact situation of Roswell, with bodies, a craft, and everything, would have happened in those 3 countries, everyone would have been in total outrage.
Mhm.
But because it happened in the United States, and some fucking redneck colonel came over and said, "There's nothing to see here. Just go about your business," it's all okay. That's the problem.
Please look up Colares, Brazil, and these people were attacked by UFOs. Lights, the government was there, the Brazilian army turned up.
Is it
Colares,
spelled
okay? Can you do that for me?
Colares, is it spelled with an S or with a W?
Spelled with a C.
I'm trying.
Why do you wind me up?
I really, really am.
You are. Sometimes
Thank
you
for
torture me.
noticing.
Do you know that?
Thank you. Thank you. I'll
No,
take it
it's
as a
not a
compliment.
compliment. It's just simply. No, don't take it as anything. It's an insult. Don't take it. Don't do it. Don't say take it and go. I know where it's heading. So anyway,
What is up with the noises tonight?
conclusion time.
I had mine.
Hello.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, was that it?
This shit didn't make any
Okay.
sense anyway. Yeah.
So conclusion time, right? Here's the thing. We know that there's a crash at Roswell. We also know that the US government tried covering it up, even though they first admitted, what
I
are
can
you doing?
I could swear that there was someone at the door.
No, there isn't. Anyway, so we know that the US government tried covering it up. But, you know, as many times as they've said it was this, it was that, It's never been that. And the people that were there swear that this was not a weather balloon that crashed. It was an alien spacecraft. They were told to keep quiet, and the secret will be coming out soon. You watch. It will happen. There will be more than enough proof that states that Roswell was, in 1994, I think it was, the US government tried to do it again. Said, oh, what happened there was a weather balloon, and it was a mogul weather balloon sent up to monitor nuclear kind of sounds in the upper atmosphere for the Russians testing bombs. So the thing is, bro, is that, first they said it's a weather balloon. Now they say it's a mogul weather balloon. They've changed the stories so many times. You can't say to me, oh, you know what, first we found a spacecraft, and then next day say it's a weather balloon. I mean, that's a big leap to go, it's one thing, and now it's something else completely different. Which one is it? I mean, when was the last time you saw a flying saucer and saw a weather balloon go, yeah, it's the same thing?
Problem.
Yeah, so what you're saying is because you never saw one, they don't exist? Of course they exist. Anyway, I think what we'll do is carry this conversation on at a later point, and we'll talk about, if everyone wants to hear it, H's informative discussion about UFOs and alien technology.
Why would you say it's informative?
Yes?
Well,
it is informative. I'm interested,
but it's
and
not
I'm unanimous in that decision.
For a topic to be informative, it has to contain facts.
Rob, I am unanimous in my decision.
I'm the
okay,
one that edits
so just stay
and
quiet.
Publishes this shit, and I am the
How
supreme
dare you.
censor.
This is because I'm brown, isn't it?
Jesus.
This is a
Okay,
racist.
yeah, it is.
As long as I do this, move my head.
Are you happy?
Yeah,
now?
you're very happy. Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
I had enough.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, we'd like to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show as much as I have.
Bit.
Did you enjoy the show, Rob? Great. I'm glad that happened. Anyway, so boys and girls, please join us for the next show, and hopefully we'll see you soon on the next podcast. Thank you. Take care, and bye. Say bye, Rob. Say bye, Rob. Bye, Rob.